Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden in the deepest, darkest corners of our oceans? What if a discovery so profound, so paradigm-shifting, was made only to be buried by those in power? Today, we're diving into a story that sounds like it's straight out of a Hollywood movie, but for some, it's a chilling reality. It's a tale of a mysterious underwater cave, strange, non-human structures, and a discovery that was quickly and quietly silenced. It all began with a routine deep-sea dive. A team of experienced cave divers, let's call them the Odyssey team, were exploring a remote, uncharted trench off the coast. Their mission was simple: map the new cave system. But what they found was anything but simple. As they navigated through the narrow, winding passages, their powerful lights illuminated something impossible. The natural, jagged walls of the cave gave way to surfaces that were unnervingly smooth, almost polished. There were structures that defied any known geology, perfectly geometric shapes, arches and pillars that seemed carved with intelligent precision. Imagine the shock and awe they must have felt. Miles beneath the surface, in a place untouched by humanity, were remnants of what looked like a sophisticated ancient city. The team's communications logs, later leaked by an anonymous source, captured their disbelief. You can hear the tremor in their voices as they describe doorways and corridors that seemed designed for beings not quite human in proportion. They were in a state of pure wonder, documenting every incredible detail with their high-definition cameras. This wasn't a natural formation, it was architecture. But the most stunning discovery was yet to come. As they ventured deeper into the main chamber, their lights fell upon a central structure, something resembling an altar or a pedestal, and on it, frozen in time, was a figure. The footage is blurry, distorted by the water, but it's unmistakably humanoid. Taller and more slender than an average human, with elongated limbs. It appeared to be encased in a crystalline substance, perfectly preserved. It wasn't a statue. The team's biologist on the surface, analyzing the live data, reported faint biosignatures. It was a body, an ancient, non-human body. The Odyssey team knew they had stumbled upon the single greatest discovery in human history. This would change everything we thought we knew about life on Earth, about our own origins. They carefully documented the figure, taking samples of the surrounding water and sediment. The excitement was palpable. They were about to rewrite the history books. They began their ascent, their minds racing, ready to share their unbelievable findings with the world. But that's where the story takes a dark turn. Upon surfacing, the Odyssey team was not met with the scientific community or the press. Instead, they were greeted by unmarked vessels and stern-faced officials in plain clothes who identified themselves as a special government task force. The team was immediately debriefed, or rather interrogated. Their equipment, their cameras, their data, all of it was confiscated. They were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements so strict they carried severe penalties, effectively silencing them under threat of treason. The official story? The Odyssey team had experienced equipment malfunctions, leading to nitrogen narcosis, a state of confusion and hallucination that can affect deep-sea divers. The structures were simply unusual rock formations, and the figure was a trick of light and shadow, a classic case of pareidolia. The cave system was declared unstable and immediately designated a restricted military zone, off-limits to all civilian and scientific vessels. Just like that, the discovery was erased, but you can't erase something this monumental. Leaks started to appear, A low-resolution still frame from the confiscated footage surfaced on a fringe internet forum. It showed one of the strange, smooth-walled corridors. Then a short, glitchy video clip appeared, showing the diver's lights sweeping across the humanoid figure. It was grainy, and skeptics immediately cried, "Hoax." But for those who looked closer, the context was terrifying. The clip was quickly scrubbed from every platform it appeared on, but not before it was downloaded and shared thousands of times in hidden corners of the web. Whistleblowers began to emerge. A junior technician who was present during the data analysis came forward anonymously. He claimed the data was off the charts, confirming the artificial nature of the structures and the biological reality of the figure. He spoke of hushed, panicked conversations among senior officials about containment and public readiness. He disappeared shortly after his story went public. One of the original divers, unable to live with the secret, tried to speak to an independent journalist. He suffered a mysterious and fatal diving accident just days later. Coincidence? Many think not. The cover-up created a firestorm of speculation. Why would they hide such a discovery? The theories range from the pragmatic to the fantastic. Some believe the government feared mass panic. How would society react to the undeniable proof that we are not, and perhaps never have been, alone? Religions, social structures, our very sense of self, it would all be thrown into chaos. Others suggest a more sinister motive. What if the technology within that cave or the biology of the being itself represented a power, a weapon, or an energy source that a specific government wanted to control exclusively? By classifying the discovery, they could study and exploit it in secret, far from public or international oversight. Think about the implications. If this story is true, it means that for years, perhaps decades, governments have been aware of a history of our planet that has been deliberately hidden from us. This wasn't just a cave. It was a tomb, a remnant of a civilization that existed on Earth long before our own, or perhaps one that came from somewhere else entirely. The questions are endless. Who were they? What happened to them? Are there more of these sites scattered across the globe, hidden beneath the waves or buried under the ice? The official narrative remains firm. It was a case of collective hallucination. The evidence is just a series of hoaxes and misinterpretations by conspiracy theorists. But the fragments of footage, the eyewitness accounts, and the sheer intensity of the cover-up tell a different story. They point to a truth so profound that those in power would do anything to keep it buried in the deep. The story of the Odyssey team is a chilling reminder that the greatest discoveries might not be celebrated with ticker tape parades, but silenced with threats and buried under layers of official denial. The truth, as they say, is out there. In this case, it might just be waiting at the bottom of the ocean. Thanks for watching. What do you believe? Was it a grand discovery or a grand delusion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mysteries. See you next time.